Yes, good day to everyone, wherever you are. And as you come in, please share the live with all those that you believe might be interested in, especially today's broadcast, which is a memorial vigil for our comrade, fallen comrade, sister, friend, Marie Nagadya. Welcome to the Victor Mukasa Show. And on this day, we have a special broadcast of that vigil that we at the Victor Mukasa Show felt was very important to have. It was very important to have a send off event for us, wherever we are, uh, for our dear sister, Marie Nagadya. So as you come in, I request you to kindly send the link to this brief video to those members of the queer community, especially all the activists across Africa and in Europe that actually Marie Nagadya worked with. And if anybody is watching, please let us know if the internet, I mean the volume is good and that you can hear us loud and clear. Yes, it is, with sorrow that I share with those who have not been following uh, the past 1 week, uh, the death, the passing of our sister Marina Gadia. She passed in her house, her residence in the Netherlands, on the morning of May 12, 2024. And that was at 5 a.m. Uh, Amsterdam time. The news, was very shocking. Some of us knew that she was not doing so well, but still, death is death. And when somebody passes, it always hits very fresh. And in fact, even if some of us knew that Marie was not doing well, we still thought that it was going to be something that could be resolved. So I welcome you today because of that, as the queer community through the Victor Mukasa Show. It's one of the spaces that we have decided to honor her life, her legacy, and her contribution to the queer movement in Africa, the women's movement too in Africa. We just need one person to comment and say, you can hear us, you can see us. In today's program, we are going to have tributes from friends of Marie Nagadya, from from comrades that Marie has worked with across the world, and from, if possible, from family members, because some of them know that we are doing this today. Um, and anybody who just feels touched by the passing of a comrade in our movement, please feel free to request and share your tribute or your memories of Marie Nagadya. Some people have sent in written tributes, which I'll be sharing here on the show. They are people who said they'll be coming to speak directly. If anybody's watching, please let us know that you are getting us loud and seeing us clearly. Uh, I just heard from one of the members of Marie's family, the father of Malcolm and Isaac, who are Marie's sons, young sons. Very unfortunate they lost their mom. And he informed me that Marie's remains, Marie's body just arrived in Uganda this morning in East Africa. They'll be transported to Mukono district, where she will be laid to rest. And the details of that will also be coming to us eventually. Uh, and on the show today, we will also have somebody, a spiritual person from the Seventh Day Adventist community, who is also a member of the SDA, Seventh Day Adventists Kinship International, that will be praying, leading us in prayer as we send off our sister to better hands. So we have George, who you're going to meet, will be leading us in prayer for this. But to start off, I will share something about Marie Nagadya, who many of you know. This is a tribute for Marie Nagadya, and we gather to honor her life and legacy. Marie is or was a dedicated human rights defender whose quiet determination and unwavering commitment have left an indelible mark on the fight for justice and equality. Marie was one not to seek the spotlight, but her impact was profound and far reaching. As a founding member of Sexual Minorities Uganda and part of the founding board of the Coalition of African Lesbians, Marie's work was instrumental in advancing the rights and dignity of marginalized communities. She approached her mission with compassion, humility, and a deep sense of purpose. Her contributions have inspired many and paved the way for future generations of activists. Marie's advocacy was rooted in a profound belief in the inherent worth of every individual. She fought tirelessly against discrimination and violence, standing up for those who could not stand up for themselves. Her legacy is one of courage, resilience, and a steadfast commitment to human rights. While Marie's voice may not have been the loudest, her actions spoke volumes. She exemplified the power of quiet leadership and the profound change that can come from working behind the scenes. Her dedication and the impact of her work will continue to resonate, remind us all of the importance of fighting for a world where everyone can live with dignity and respect. As we remember Marie Nagadya, let us also recommit ourselves to the causes she championed. Let us carry forward her spirit of compassion, her dedication to justice, and her unwavering belief in the power of human rights. Marie's light continues to shine through the work we do and the lives she touched. Rest in peace, Marie. Your legacy lives on in all of us. That was Marie and the impact of her life in our community, especially the queer community of Uganda. But as you have heard, she has worked with several people across the world, has contributed to the formation of some of the most uh, effective and powerful and helpful institutions in Africa today, and that is Sexual Minorities Uganda in particular, and the Coalition of African Lesbians. Personally, yes, I've known her since 2014, and it within that period that Sexual Minorities Uganda was founded. She was a founding member of Sexual Minorities Uganda. She was also the first secretary uh, at Sexual Minorities Uganda, secretary at Sexual Minorities Uganda. Sexual Minorities Uganda at that point was founded in 2004. Yes, I met her in 2004 at this meeting where Sexual Minorities Uganda started. I was voted as the chairperson of the organization, and Marie was voted as the secretary of the organization. So yes, we come far and we worked very closely together, with Kasha Jacqueline Nabagesera, and building the first websites and taking care of the founding documents of the organization amidst so many challenges. She continued contributing to the work of queer organizations in Uganda. But before that, she was the first lesbian in Uganda to work with international organizations and contributed to research, contributed to writing of books, the first books from the region. She had been places. She had been to the Netherlands itself, still representing our queer life from Uganda. She is survived by two sons, Malcolm and Isaac, both of whom I have spoken to, but have met Malcolm. And for those of you who are close friends of Marie, please look for those children and show them that love, or the uncles and aunties from the queer community. Malcolm is big enough to remember some people. Malcolm is big enough to understand where your messages are coming from. And Malcolm, wherever you are, we hold you close to our hearts, and we'll be praying for strength and healing for you for the loss of your mom, your friend. Arnold, I'm happy to see you. And Arnold, please, could you please confirm that you can actually hear us and actually that you are seeing us? I have Pastor George somewhere, George somewhere from the Seventh Day Adventist community, who will also come to seal off this with a word and prayer. I have another tribute that came in from a friend and colleague of Marie, Naume Ruzindana, another human rights defender from East Africa. I think Naume Ruzindana is a citizen of East Africa, mainly Uganda and Rwanda, and has contributed a lot to those two countries. She was close friend of Marie, and here reads her tribute in memory of Marie. Naume says, Marie Nagadya was a true person who never faked life for whatever reason. She always checked on her friends and always wanted to keep them close, and she would update them on her present situation. Maria and I met in 2003 at an LGBT symposium organized by Ronald Rabbi and other people, plus Marie. Marie was one of the administrators of the symposium. It was Marie that coordinated all logistics for us that were coming to Uganda from different countries. Weeks after that, Marie and I continued communication, and we shared contacts and more knowledge of our movement struggles. We later met in Namibia for a conference where we were both elected as board members of the Coalition of African Lesbians. And thereafter, our friendship became solid. Marie was so dedicated to LGBT movement, loved being behind the scenes, but she did solid documentation and featured in our different platforms. Marie was a free spirit, very intelligent, fun, and emotionally connected to the community. We had our nickname, More Group, named by Kasha, meaning mad cows. Uh, mad cows, where me and Marie and my sisters would be comfortable to embrace the name. Marie will be remembered for being among the first Ugandan board members of the Coalition of African Lesbians and a strong pillar of East African matriarch. And I will always remember and respect. Rest well, Marie. You did your part. That is a message from Naomi Rosindana, based in Sweden, but an activist who has worked closely with Marie in Uganda and in Rwanda. We also have another message from Kasha Jacqueline Nabagesera. The tribute for Kasha reads as follows. I met Marie in 2004, months after SMAG had been invited to Jinja for an LGBT event organized by her friends. She had met in Namibia and South Africa a year before during the formation of Coalition of African Lesbians, aka African Lesbian Alliance. She was well informed and traveled. What connected us more was her enthusiasm to make a strong LGBT movement in Uganda. She said everyone was talking about our young and promising movement. She was very generous and a happy person. Just like every normal human, not every day was for merrymaking. We had our ups and downs. I have had one regret, and that is not picking up her call this February. I didn't pick up because our last conversation in November 2023 was as if she was out of it. So I took it for granted that she was out enjoying and just making those calls we usually call when having fun. Marie, whatever it is that you wanted to tell me, I hope when we meet, we can laugh about it. I will forever cherish our times together. Your light will shine forever through those who stand on your ladder for the betterment of humanity. Aluta continua, dear one. Yours, Chief. That was the tribute from Kasha Jacqueline Nabagesera for a colleague and friend in the queer human rights movement. Uh, if there's anybody who wants to give their tribute, you can please request. But in the meantime, how you request, I forgot to do that, friends. How you request, we have a link to the studio, and on that link, when you click on it, it will bring you to the studio. It is the link that the Victor Mukasa show has just posted in the comment section of YouTube and Facebook. If you click on that a link, it will bring you to the studios, and you can say your bye-byes to Comrade Marie Nagadya, who was also a friend to some of us. In the meantime, I'll bring on George from the SDA Kinship International. Uh, George might decide to pray now for Mary, and tributes coming later as the rest of you join us. It will depend on George and what George prefers to do. Yes, George, please unmute yourself and welcome to the Victor Mukasa show. And thank you for honoring this send off for our comrade Marie Nagadya. Yes, George.
Thank you so much, Victor. Let me take this opportunity so that we believe and pray. Let us pray. Dear God, we humbly come before you with a heavy heart. I pray that as we go through this season of sorrow, you'll show us your love and grace. Lord, we know that you are the God who comforts us. I pray that you provide a time of comfort and rest for those whose hearts are hurting right now. Hold them in your embrace, father up them in your love, and remind them that though they may have lost someone dear, they are not alone, for you are with them. Bring to them the hope of your unfalling love, and turn their sadness into gladness. Soothe their heartaches as they lean on you for comfort and guidance. I pray that their griefs heal smoothly, for you will be with them every steps of the way. May they hold on to you for their strength and hope. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen
Amen.
and amen. Thank you so much, George, for joining us, and thank you, Kinship International, because we know that Kinship International is an organization that Marie was a part of, a member of. Thank you so much for honoring the life of Marie with this send off, George. And we appreciate you so much. Uh, Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Friends, that was George from Kinship International, basically reminding us that um, this is life, and praying that all those who feel broken by the death and the passing of Marie, that keep strong and focus on God, or focus on your Creator for peace and healing. And we send that prayer out very specially to Malcolm and Isaac, Marie's sons. These boys are still young. Isaac is still little. Malcolm was mommy's best friend. Uh, uh, like not just best friend, but a partner in crime. Like they did things together, they planned together. It must be very difficult for Malcolm and Isaac. So continue to pray for these boys. I think this is a very, very deep and saddening turning point in their life. Thank you so much, Arnold. Thank you so much, Kasha, Jacqueline Nawagesera, and Naomi Rosindana, for honoring this vigil of Marie Nagadya. Arnold, I don't know if you have something to say, you can request. But in a little while, we will be closing. And those who have tributes, you can leave them on YouTube. You can leave them under this video on Facebook. And we can continue honoring the life of our comrade. Marie was a member of the queer community in Uganda. And lest we forget, it is important for us to honor those who have fought with us, who have put the foundations of what we hold today, what we enjoy today, those who have built structures for us, those who have given their lives, their time, and resources for us. It is important that we honor them. Just a little story about the beginning of SMAG. At some point, SMAG was operating from an internet cafe called Kaival on Bombo Road in Kampala. As we operated in the cafe, of course, we had to pay for the internet, for internet time in this cafe. And I remember two people that used to risk so much financially to find some monies for us to be on these computers in the internet cafe to build what you see today as SMAG, Sexual Minorities Uganda. Marie was one of them. Her mom used to tailor very nice vitenge, and Marie used to do the same. And Marie would get from that money that they're making out of vitenge to bring 1,000 shillings, 5,000 shillings, whatever she would bring to the cafe for us to pay for internet time. The same was the case with another friend of ours in South Africa right now, Eunice and Namugwe. Those two people used to risk with their parents just to bring a few bucks for us to be online and build what you see as Sexual Minorities Uganda and everything that it comes with, because everything has a beginning, everything has a foundation. Now, Mary was very instrumental in the building of Sexual Minorities Uganda, especially that foundation. So she used to contribute a lot. She used to buy us cigarettes sometimes, mm, and sometimes should buy food. Uh, of course, sometimes we used to go hunt for ourselves, me and Kasha Jacqueline, and later on David Kato. Yeah, we used to hunt, but she would go to her mother, who has also passed. I think she passed last year. Uh, just to make sure that things are going well. And, she contributed a lot with the founding documents of Sexual Minorities Uganda. So she's going to be missed. I spoke to Marie several times last year and a little bit this year. And the last two times that I spoke to Marie had she said she wasn't okay. She didn't want to show herself in the video, but later on she said, I'm going to show you for a little bit. And she put on her video, and she had tubes going through her nose. They were tied all over one side of her face. I asked Marie, what's happening? And she just started crying. She just broke down and cried. And then she took off the video, said, I hope it is not being broadcast anywhere. I hope that you did not record it anyway. I said, no, Marie, I don't do that kind of stuff. But I'm just concerned here on one what is happening to you. She didn't look well, and even as she came, she was one of the regulars on the Victor Mukasa's show, talk queer table talk, Ichimeza Chalasiazi. She has never appeared in video, and because I knew why she's not appearing in video, I never got her. Usually we don't allow people who won't come in video on the show, but Marie never came on video uh, because of what was happening with her. Marie developed stomach cancer. She was diagnosed 2 years ago. The family in the Netherlands reports that they actually struggled in and out of hospitals to get treatment, see that she gets better. Now, little did I know that the tubes I was seeing were actually a result of what was happening to her in her stomach. It was the stomach cancer, and there are other tubes elsewhere that she had. And Marie must have been in a lot of pain, not only in her body, her physical body, but also in her spirit, as she made me and some other people aware of those things that really hurt her over the years. And there are things that as a queer community we need to look into, in terms of standing as one and recognizing the contribution of each one of us and valuing every brick, even if it is half a brick, that somebody actually has brought to build our movement, our struggle, anything that somebody has added. And I think Marie, in short, I would even say, I never thought about it that way. I feel that, she represented many who did not feel valued, who did not feel recognized. And I think that we can, just do better so that people don't die feeling like they don't even belong to the community. I think many times we have made Marie feel, unwelcome. She has blamed all of us for making her feel unwelcome sometimes. And nobody should feel that way. If there's a member of the community, especially those who have given their resources, as in time, finances, families, people have given up families for this movement. I think we should honor their contribution. And Marie's passing should be the beginning of some kind of revolution within our community, a revolution of love, a revolution where we care about each other, a revolution where we honor and respect what each one has contributed. Hi Sash Gayaza the contributions everyone has made, however small, however big. We have this tendency of only honoring people who have been outspoken, and Victor has spoken much, Kasha has spoken much, Frank is out there, but there are people who are silent movers of this movement. Marie was one of those people. As we have been celebrated across the world and seen as the founders of SMAG, very few have been honored for the contribution that they made. And on this occasion of opening, of sending our sister off, and in this sorrow, I would like to just name those people that actually are founding members of SMAG, that I can get off my head, that a lot of people do not even know about. Yes, we have Marie Nagadya, may her soul rest in peace. We had Iga Peter, another person. Thank God he's alive, and God forbid he stays alive. But it is bad for people to go and we do not even recognize their contribution to our movement. We had Ronald Rabai, we had Hakim, We all remember. We had another gentleman called Isa, not very active, but contributed financially in those big first days with helping us to rest in his office, and also with money to go to the internet cafes. Only Marie can probably testify to that. We had Val Kalende, we had Peter, we had no, not Pietro. We had somebody from Canada called Weatherly, Paul Weatherly. He's so rest in peace too. We had Sylvia Tamale. We had Michelle Del Prado from UNAIDS. And if I have forgotten the rest of the people, I apologize. But we are talking about the people who were present at that table on that day. And we were actually invited by a group that Marie came with, that had been in South Africa earlier that year in 2004. It is the group that was advocating for some changes within the HIV/AIDS policy of Uganda. That, Sylvia Tamale says, why don't you call the other people so that you work together on this? They are other lesbians and gay men who are activists in this country. So that's how we ended up. But the initial calling for this was by that group, including Marie Nagadya. And it is at that meeting that Sexual Minorities Uganda was born, with a strong membership and support from Freedom and Rome Uganda. So, yeah, it is a reminder for us to recognize the little things and the things that are far back in our history that people have done. I'm sure if we picked randomly, many people wouldn't know Marie Nagadya. Even people who are active today in the movement may not know who Marie Nagadya was. But it all starts with people like that. So I think what we take away from the passing of Marie, many people have said during this week that Marie called me and I just did not respond to the call, or I didn't want, and myself inclusive, the last time I spoke to Marie, that whenever you have drama, she was a little bit of a drama queen. Whenever you have drama, do not call me again. Once you know it's about drama, don't call me again. And imagine that is the last conversation that, the last words that I told Marie uh, on this earth. Don't call me again. I'm tired of your drama. Call me when you have no drama. And the last couple of months, she's called and called until she just gave up. And I have a feeling that is when she was really, feeling like she's going, like her time was up. So I think that we should always figure out what our friends need, what is happening with our friends. Many people have told me uh, they, they just, they wonder what Maria was saying to them this year. And because she used to be a happy person in a certain way, so people were like, no, I'm not going to talk to Marie today. But yes, now we lost her, and we're all wondering, what was she saying? So what do we learn from that? And we are all going to die one by one. We are not dying the same day. Some of us soon, others later, but we are going to die one by one. How do we prepare ourselves? And as a community, how do we hold our comrades who are struggling with very serious illnesses? What makes our comrades not be able to speak up about what they are going through? Even right now, we have comrades that are going through terrible illnesses, but they will not speak up about what they are going through. What makes people remain silent in our family, yet we can be there for each other? I think those are things we should erase, take away from our midst, and embrace each other the way we are, the way we come. Family is family. So as we send off Marie, I just been told by Malcolm's dad, Marie's children's dad, that Marie's body it reached Uganda today in the morning. Marie's body reached Uganda, and it is probably already in Entebbe. In Mukono district. That was the next destination. Those who know Marie know that she lived there for a long time. That was home. So the body has probably reached Mukono, but those in Uganda, the burial details will be provided, and I will share them with the community. If there are any of you who can just go and escort her to that permanent house. But love is the message, and the message is love and should be love. Let us embrace each other. Let us hold each other. There's a lot that has divided our community. A lot of it out of gossip. A lot of it, somebody said this one said that. And when you look into the details of it, when you sit down with those who you are having the so-called wrangles with, they never said it, or the information spread was wrong. For me, I found out a lot of things, and I've decided, taken it upon myself for however long that we have to live, to just walk back and see where. And I've seen where a lot of anger and division has come out of gossip from people who just want divisions. So let us not fall prey to that. We are a family, and we need to hold each other. If somebody has gone wrong in some way, let us reach out to them and find out and try to resolve the issues that are going on, instead of creating that division that is almost permanent until people start dying off with bitterness and leaving us with bitterness. So I love you all. For those of you who are able to watch, thank you so much for making that time. Naomi Rosindana and Kasha Jacqueline Nabagesa, thanks for your tributes that you sent. I have shared them. And for those who are watching us after the live stream on YouTube, Facebook, the Victor Mukasa Show, and the Victor Mukasa profile page, thank you so much for showing up, and keep following the Victor Mukasa Show pages for details for the burial and for the funeral and burial in Uganda. Marie, rest in peace and power. And the rest of you, strength to everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.